Girl unintentionally discovered her mother's secret on the internet. Her mother was usually too scared to talk to outsiders, but in the mouths of those architectural experts on the internet, her mom is a genius designer. But her mom was considered a psychopath by her classmates. Even her father was ready to put her in a mental hospital. But in a video interview online, in those architectural circles, her mom is a creative and irreplaceable genius, and her sudden retirement 20 years ago was lamented by countless people. In the girl's memory, her mom never mentioned any of this. Any one of her works would have gone down in history. So a nervous housewife and a genius designer with all the glory. Which of these two seemingly unrelated identities is the real her? Let's start with her role as a housewife. She always wears wide sunglasses when she goes out. She's always resistant to socializing with others. But when the kids are at school and her husband is at work, she likes to stay home alone and mumble what chores to do every day. She leaves it all to the virtual assistant on her cell phone. This seemingly antisocial personality makes her a weirdo in the circle of moms. And this special lifestyle started to get worse with one of her daughter's requests. Anna graduated high school with honors. She was about to leave for a boarding high school. She proposed a trip to Antarctica that her parents had long promised her. Anna was not only her daughter, she was also the only friend in Lisa's life, so she couldn't refuse her daughter's request. But that was the day Lisa began to suffer from endless sleeplessness and anxiety. She was afraid of the crowds and seasickness of traveling. She was afraid of the unknown. These emotions sapped her energy. She was exhausted, and all this could only be confided to the virtual assistant via cell phone. And then Lisa was stopped by a strange girl in the library, a graduate student at the University of Southern California. She's also an avid fan of Lisa's. She had recently seen a video about her on the internet. She was a big fan of her architectural style, and when confronted by the girl who was so passionate, Lisa just waved her hands in embarrassment and ran away. But when Lisa got home, she couldn't help but click on the video the girl was talking about. It turns out that the Architectural Association had asked 300 graduate students to pick the architects they admired most, and among the familiar names, Lisa was one of those almost forgotten names. She was a rising star in the architectural world. At the peak of her career, she met her husband. They became the envy of the world. And Lisa has always implemented environmentally friendly design concepts. She spent 3 years assembling and processing discarded materials from recycling stations. She built a White Castle with an environmental theme. But this masterpiece ahead of its time was not recognized by the vulgar capitalists. A rich man bought it anonymously. It took only a few minutes to destroy Lisa's 3-year labor of love. When she saw this, Lisa suddenly closed her notebook, because it seemed to everyone that the destruction of her work was the reason why she let her talent go to waste. Lisa didn't want to remember any of this. She was still losing sleep over her upcoming trip. This day she was coming in for her medication. She fell asleep on the couch while waiting. The husband's new assistant saw her, and he realized that his wife was having mental problems.